What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got another fun one for you. All the way from 1998, we have these two beautiful G.I. Joe figures for you, 12-inch figures. And football is one of my passions. Football is one of my favorite sports. And now that college football is over, we wanted to kind of end the season with a really cool video. And this is our G.I. Joe Classic Collection, all the way from 1998. The Army football quarterback and the Navy football linebacker. Two really cool action figures that I absolutely had to pick up back in 1998. I bought these guys from Toys R Us back in 1998. And as you can see, when you put both boxes together, they give you one beautiful portrait of the Army and Navy teams battling it out on the gridiron. A classic game at the end of the college football year, and a very watched game, one of the most watched games of the college football season, to not have any title or bowl implications attached to it. It's watched all around the world. The Army-Navy football game. I've been watching it since I was a kid. Let's bring these guys in. We'll start with I want to say my favorite. Yeah, I guess he would be my favorite. We'll start with my favorite. They come in the fifth panel here with the Velcro tabs. And when you open this guy up, immediately you're hit with a lot of visual beauty. Well displayed. This is a C10 museum example here that we have. And it gives you some background history up here on the fifth panel of the Army football quarterback. And you could pause your video if you want to get some good reading in. And then here you have this cutout here at the bottom as you're pulling it out. Just another added element to really make this figure set really awesome. He came with his fair share of equipment. And the funny thing about these figures, the Army and Navy football players, they were due out maybe a year prior. They were due out a year prior, but I guess because Hasbro wasn't happy with some of the designs in the production for the shoes, the cleats, and such forth, they didn't want to bring them out. But as you can see, he comes, all of his gear, padding. Hasbro spared no expense on these beautiful figures. I think they even got the helmet right. And, we'll have for the Wave 4 Migos coming out shortly, within the next month or so. They have a Joe Namath football player coming out. But you have Hasbro here back in 1998 doing their version of a football player. And if you served in the Army, we dedicate this video to you. The Army and the Navy, we dedicate this video to the men and women of the service, military service. but especially if you're from the Army, this video has a lot of meaning for you. You got the Army tab on the helmet here. He comes with a football. He's holding his football. For how long though, I don't know. There's those rubber bands again. I wish they could have just encased the football in plastic or something. Guys, if you just joined us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. We're hanging out here in our museum. Got a few days off, just relaxing. I'll put a pot of coffee on, and he's got the eye black on there. And we're just doing our 1998 two-figure set, Army quarterback and a Navy linebacker, 12-inch G.I. Joe figures. So G.I. Joe did a lot. Hasbro had G.I. Joe doing really, a lot, covering everything. Sports, you name it. There's his towel that he would have right here. It's up here, so you can put that on him. Rib protectors, or hip pads, I should say, and rib protectors there. The jersey is really cool. It's got the mesh to it. He's got his eye black on. Really cool, guys. Really cool figure. And that's our Army. I'm gonna sit this down because I don't want him to fall. These boxes, for whatever reason, they don't stand very well. So here's our Navy linebacker. Navy football linebacker. And this box opens from this side. This is why I can't decide who's the coolest. I'll get in here, get you a shot of inside of his box, and then you have the information there on the Navy football linebacker on the inside the fifth panel. These fifth panels were more than just eye candy. They are excellent protectors for the cellophane clear window here for the figure, so you get a lot of protection. I personally wish they would have went back to the fifth panel. So I'll get you a closer shot, and you see he has his our Navy football linebacker has his football right here. You can even see the grain there on the football. Look at the helmet, and he's got the Navy up there on this big, beautiful blue cage face mask for his helmet there, gold helmet. He's got the eye black. They come with their dog tags. They came with their dog tags. There's the Navy there on the jersey. He got Navy here on the side. I love the cleats that they gave him. Really cool. This was another one of the production things that Hasbro wanted to get right. They came with different cleats, more just basic cleats, but Hasbro wanted to give them more up-to-date type cleats. You can see, get you in there. And Hasbro would go on to use these cleats, or sneakers, or what do you want to call them, on some other G.I. Joes later on. You know, they did a lot of mashups with their accessories and equipment, clothing, you know, etc. There's this towel up here. The linebacker is just one of my coolest. I like the defensive side of the football anyway, so I tend to kind of lean towards this football player. And back then, they even gave him which was really a very popular face masks for these helmets back then. Padding. You can still, and you know, these figures, you can still find these figures. I'll turn this box around. Both boxes are pretty much the same, so I'll just turn one box around. This box stands a little bit better than my Army quarterback. These figures are fairly easy to find. You can still find these for a great price at Coswell Collectibles, eBay. I will always tell you, Coswell Collectibles first. Their toy website. They're very generous with their prices, and you know the figures are going to be in fantastic condition. So, but these figures can be had for as little as maybe $35–40. So they maintain their collectability and their price. These retailed in stores back in 1998 for about $29.99. So they were on the high end of the on the pay scale. And here was some more figures that you could get. We did videos on these guys. Let's get you a year here. 1998. Kenner was still producing these the G.I. Joes at the time for Hasbro. Up here he tells you what it comes with: a helmet, jersey, padded pants, cleats, t-shirt, shoulder pads, socks, towel, football. I don't know if he came with a t-shirt, or they're saying this is a jersey. I might have to dispute the t-shirt aspect. He might have a t-shirt on underneath there. But some of my favorites, because I'm such a sports fanatic, so I had to have these figures. It's really beautiful figures. Guys, what do you think of our, I'll lay them down. What do you think of our Army, Navy, G.I. Joe football players? Do you have these guys? Do you remember these guys? Are you looking for these guys? We want to hear all of that, guys. Beautiful background there. Whoever did the artwork for these boxes was just fantastic artwork. I'm scared to sit this guy back up. Guys, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today here at the museum. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.